Hello everyone, welcome back to Slides to Coasters, your source for anything and everything theme park, water park, and holiday related. My name, of course, Brad the Waterparker, hailing from the land of doozies, enthusiasts, and Kings Island fanboys alike, Cincinnati, Ohio. We're back at it yet again, talking about the land up north, Cedar Point, yet again. I know I keep on teasing that Kings Island discussion. I keep on teasing those fanboys. And, you know, I got to keep on doing that because the more I talk about it, the more people are going to say, all right, what's this guy going to talk about? Because I got a really, really nice show set up for Friday. As you guys can hear right here, with the fluttering of paper next to the microphone, I've got all the show notes, the discussions, topics, the statements, the talking points of the talking head. Elicited here from the glorious Slides to Coaster Studios, littered with theme park items such as a piece of vortex sitting right behind me. Talking about derelict coasters going the way to Dodo. Wicked Twister is having its last launch on September the 6th. And we're going to kind of talk about that here today. We got... If you guys don't know already, Wicked Twister is being removed. It's going the way to Dodo. By this point, if you haven't heard about it, you're living under a rock. I'm sorry. It's true. Yeah, so Wicked Twister is going the way to Dodo. Wicked Twister is their Intamin Impulse, which, for a lack of better terms, you know, Intamin has been one of those coasters... manufacturers that I keep on saying they need to fix their shit. They need to fix their shit. And it's getting to the point where, you know, Intamin has a sour name for a lot of people. But this is a coaster that's not one of those sour names, at least in my opinion. Wicked Twister has been a coaster that I've always kind of said, yeah, it's a supporting coaster. It's a supporting class attraction. It's something that's dominated the beachfront for almost well over a decade now, 2 decades. So it's 20 years since 2001, technically when they announced it. But, you know, it's a 215-foot tall impulse coaster. You know, it's a very fun coaster nevertheless. It's something that I've always enjoyed. It's something that, you know, I'll ride if I'm in the area, but I'm not really too butthurt if I don't ride it. But it is going away. And a lot of people that I'm personally close friends with, they kind of said, yeah, I can see this happening. You know, I can see this coming. Which I kind of thought it might happen because of a stylistic choice that Cedar Point made. If you go on their Cedar Point online shop, and if you look at their posters that they put out, they didn't make a poster for Wicked Twister. There's one for Iron Dragon, Gemini, Corkscrew, Blue Streak, you know, Valavan, Raptor, Steel Vengeance, Maverick, Magnum, which, heck, I was kind of surprised that Iron Dragon got one. But there's no Wicked Twister. So, for a individual like myself, someone who is skilled in expertise and wisdom over practically almost 10 years now, we're coming up to 10 years next year of journalistic experience, I did find that kind of weird that Wicked Twister did not get a promotional poster. And then this announcement came out, and I'm like, oh... that's the reason why it never got a poster, because it's getting removed. Something I didn't really take initiative when I saw the original Cedar Point postings about the posters coming out. Maybe that's just a stylistic, artistic choice that Cedar Point made before the announcement, or maybe that was very genuine. I do not personally know. What I do know is the fact that Wicked Twister has now been confirmed to be leaving the park. It's going the way to Dodo very soon. And I think that today we kind of need to talk about a little bit about what exactly this means for the park. And some of the concepts and some of the rumors, some of the ideas that I've got for this part of the park. So, this is a straight edge. And in fact, if you guys want, let's do a activity together. This is something totally different here at Slides to Coasters. We're going to do something together as a group. So each individual watching this video, feel like you're in a little classroom with me. You're in a little place. You're watching a presentation from Brad the Waterparker himself in my various tropical shirts. Let's look up Cedar Point on Google Maps or whatever. Let's kind of look at the point overhead and kind of talk about what we're looking at here. If you guys haven't been to Cedar Point yet, I am so terribly sorry. This is probably going to ruin a lot of the fun for you, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. So, if we look overhead, Google Maps does not have this correct, Google Earth, sorry, as they still have the Coliseum up, but that whole entire area with the Coliseum is empty. It's void. In fact, that's where they have some turf set out for their 150th anniversary pavilion. But you have this long space next, Wicked Twister, right next to the ocean. Right, not ocean, sorry, the lake. I'm thinking of Ocean Motion that's right down the way. But, you know, the Wicked Twister is right there on the beach. It is a view that I believe personally has been kind of lacking for a while. And with the recent happenings with Cedar Point and their boardwalk, you know, they pushed out this boardwalk concept and they really don't have a lot on that boardwalk. I think that Cedar Point might have the opportunity to go and add something new, if not next year, the year after, which I am almost expecting for something to happen next year. And I know a lot of people are probably scratching their heads like, you know, Brad, why are you saying this? Like, what's going on? Like, huh? They're taking it out on Memorial Day. So, typically with Cedar Point, from what I remember, coasters will be in operation till the end of the year. That's typical with Cedar Fair. You know, Kings Island Firehawk went down on the last day of operations. It's very bizarre to go and take down something this early into the season, especially considering the fact when Cedar Point continues operation throughout September into October. So, a lot of questions kind of popped into my head about what's going on with Wicked Twister. Like, what's the concept here? What's the con? I believe that Wicked Twister is going to be removed for one of three things. And this is where we're going to kind of have our tinfoil hats. Here, I'll make one with you. You know, here we go. I'm going to crinkle up the paper like I'm making a tinfoil hat with you guys. First things first. Boardwalk concept. I believe this would be the perfect place to expand out the park's resort atmosphere, which they've been trying to do for a while, and add in some form of boardwalk fair concept. Maybe have some walk-up bars or some form of restaurant. That restaurant concept is going to come back up again here in a moment. Or some form of game area for the boardwalk. Some retro-style games that are, you know, something that you would remember from, you know, the 40s or the 20s. I think something like that would be perfect for this part of the park. This would, of course, they could have buildings similar to Hotel Breakers, or they can make it into its own little carnival area. This would be the perfect way to get people out of the point and into the scene with the resort destination. A lot of people, when they talk about Cedar Point, they get hung up on the whole concept of, you know, it has to be a coaster. It has to be this. What if instead they take out a coaster and they enhance their resort destination? Another idea that I think they might do is something like a restaurant concept. If you guys didn't notice from yesterday's discussion, I'm very upset with the removal of Pinks. So much so that I will vehemently say for the rest of my days that that was a big mistake. And again, I don't know whether or not that was Cedar Point or Pinks, but I'm really upset about it. That's something that was really important to me that I really enjoyed. So, with Cedar Point, they have another restaurant called Bay Harbor over at the marina. But they don't really have a true restaurant or true location to kind of look out on the lake. That's a part of the point. Besides maybe TGI Fridays and the Sandbar. What if we were to have a long restaurant sitting at the plot of Wicked Twister, you know, that maybe kind of stretches out into the old Coliseum area, that is a dual access restaurant with a long window out towards the lake, with a bar, with an eating area, with you know, quality food, quality items, you know, like fish, something that's a little bit more higher in price, but something that gives you a lot more when it comes to the dining experiences. This could be something like the Rainforest Cafe, to where you have a park entrance with a little tiny park booth, and then as well you have the boardwalk entrance, so this delivers both on those kind of atmospheres. So both concepts we're kind of talking about here. This gives prime view, a very prime view of the lake. You could even have porch seating, which looks out on the lake. There's so many things you can do with this concept, and you could even expand it into the Coliseum area. Give it an aesthetic similar to what Hotel Breakers has, so that way it kind of blends in with the whole entire atmosphere of the resort destination concept. But really try to build something out that gives people a indoor dining experience that's sit down, that has waiters and all that kind of stuff, that delivers a new value to the bang for your buck at Cedar Point. I think that would be perfect for this park. The third option here, which again, tinfoil hat time here, folks. Either a new flat ride or a new coaster. I think that they could easily slide in somewhere a RMC single rail that would give them would not destroy the view like a wooden coaster. I know a lot of the enthusiasts out there have been wanting and pleading for a new wooden coaster to come to the park. I don't believe that is the best option for this part of the park in any way, shape, or form. I think that if we were to have something like a RMC single rail, it would not destroy the view of the lake, and as well will give you a commanding view of the lake when you're going up that lift hill. Create a Twister style custom RMC single rail that maybe has the most inversions or most whatever. Give them a record breaking attraction that is a supporting coaster that gives a modern fresh take and does not have so much excess power that it requires, like Wicked Twister. And or add in a flat ride concept. You know, maybe this is a part of the park, again, that has a lot more flat rides. You have Tiki Twirl, you have Troika, you got Giant Wheel. So you got a lot of these attractions over there. So why not add some more? Maybe add a Larson Loop. Add the world's tallest Larson Loop and call it a coaster credit. You know, something like that to really deliver on a more flat ride part of the park. Because I think that most definitely one of the big deals for me with this side of the park is that it has a lot more family attractions. And to have Wicked Twister sitting right there kind of breaks that whole entire part of the park away. And I think that we really lose that family side, because you got Kitty Kingdom right there, you got Planet Snoopy, you got Melt, you got Tiki Twirl, you got the Ferris wheel, you got Dodge 'em, you got Troika. If you're to have a few more family style flat rides, I think that'll be perfect for this part of the park. So with that being said, what do you guys think is going to take its place on Wicked Twister? I do believe it's going to be a shame for it to leave, but I always believe that the future is always brighter on the other side. So with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this show. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always, stay tropical, and we'll see you guys in the next one.